I saw this Sears Jointer at a yard sale, and it fit most of my criteria for purchasing. So I asked myself, why shouldn't I buy this?
I don't know.
So the exchange was made, and it came home with me. It's a Sears 4-inch jointer. I'm not exactly sure why I need this, other than the fact that it's a neat looking little machine and it needs some love, so that's good enough for me. Some of the aluminum parts have a fair amount of corrosion on them, so I'll have to see if I can get that off. The fixed table is held in place with 4 bolts. Those 4 bolts and those odd-looking hex washers hold the table adjusting screws, one of which is missing. More on that later. The bearings and the cutter head assembly, including the blades, seem to be in good shape, so I'm just going to clean them up and leave them alone. I'm going to remove the shaft and the cutter head assembly to make it easier to paint the base casting. I'm trying various methods to remove the corrosion to the aluminum parts, some of which worked, some of which didn't. Ultimately, the one that got the best results was just to start scraping. The fiber wheel helped quite a bit. Here I'm cleaning up the cutter guard and the fence. This part is called the fence clamp. I'm using a fiber wheel to clean it up with. I'm not exactly sure the name of this part, but it goes on the opposite end of the shaft than the pulley. This knob clamps the fence in place. I'm just cleaning it up for painting. I'm using the buffing wheel on the cutter head and the blade assembly parts. Here I'm using the Dremel to clean the grooves in the table fence, followed by sandpaper. I'm going to remove the old warning sticker so I can make another one. This is self-etching primer. Now for a coat of machinery gray. Now the derusting of the tables begins. I only showed derusting of one of the tables, so you get the idea. I'm spraying the base casting with machinery gray. I didn't do anything to the bottom of the base casting. It was in pretty good shape. Okay, let's see if we can put this thing back together without having too many parts left over. One of the table adjusting bolts was missing, so I made another one by cutting the head off a machine bolt and cutting a slot in that with my Dremel tool. Here you can get a pretty good view of the table adjusting screws, including the new one I made. I'll spare you the details of adjusting the tables, but suffice it to say I finally got them level and straight. Here's the finishing touch. I made a reasonable facsimile of the warning tag. Not exactly the same, but really close. Thanks for the sticker, Dale. My very first one. Thanks, George. Thank you, Mr. Vic. Thanks, Magdad, and thanks for the tip about putting stickers on magnetic backing. Thanks, Chuck. Send me stickers and I'll be glad to send you one back. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.